You know what, guys? This time I'm gonna try to talk a little bit faster because I watched my first part, and you literally need to watch my video stream there at 1.25 speed because I don't know why. It's just I try. You know why I go slow? Because I try to make sure that everyone understands and it's like super clear. But at the same time, it has to have some sort of a flow and dynamics. So I guess I'm going to go a little bit faster, and you just have to put like if you ever will watch this on YouTube, you're gonna have to put it on like a slower speed maybe and then rewatch it. Like something like that because it cannot be it cannot be that slow. Okay? So let's go. Number 16. So the dot plots below represents the test score for 20 students on math test. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the mode for this math test is 80. So we need to know what the mode is, right? Is 80 and the median is 85. Which dot plot correctly represents this data? All right, so what is mode? Mode is the number that mostly repeated or mostly listed. Like I personally remember the word mode, I associated it with the word most. Most meaning like most repeated. Okay? Repped. Most repped. Okay, so where's 80 is most repeated? Not in number 4 because 80 has 4 dots here like and 85 has more. So not 4. It could have been 1 or 3 because 80 is listed the most times there, and it's not number 2. So right away, by knowing what mode is, you can eliminate number 2 and number 4. And median is 85. So median is when you cancel the lowest and then after it the largest. You kind of have to find the middle. Median comes from the middle, right? Middle, median. That's how again, this is my association. So we're gonna take away 1 point here, 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 and so on. 1 here, 1 here. The lowest, the largest. The lowest, the largest. Here, 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 here. What's left? Because there's only one number left. It's 85. Those 2 points are left for 85. It means that this is going to be the median, which means that the answer is number 1. Again, eliminate one by one from top and for the end and from the beginning. The end and the beginning. The answer is 1. This is it. Pretty simple. Most and median and middle. Number 17. A function is graphed on a set of x's below. So this is the graph. The domain of the function. The domain of the function is the x values of the function. So where does it start in terms of the x values? It starts at -2. And in terms of the x, it goes forever to the right. Forever. This arrow, like this arrow over here, it indicates that it's going to go forever to the right, which means that it's not going to end. It's going to be just greater than -2. But pay attention at this circle. This circle and the empty circle. The empty circle indicates a less or equal, so like a greater sign, like this. This is going to be the sign that we're going to use. Not this one. This sign, the or equals to, has a closed circle. And this sign or this sign has an empty circle. Okay? So it's going to be greater than -2 with the just greater sign. This is it. This is it. Forever to the right. Forever to the right. All right. This is it for domain. This is what domain is. Number 18. Which ordered pair is the solution to the equation? All right. We have to just plug in. There is no other way, I would say. Algebraically, there is no other way. We have to take number 1, which is 0.75 and 0. label them as X and Y, and plug in Y for Y and X for X, meaning that we're going to plug in 0 over here, and we're going to plug in 0.75 over there, and see if left side will equal to the right side. And if it does, that's our answer. If it doesn't, we move on and look for the 1. And yes, you're going to have to do a lot here. Yes, you're going to have to like draw a lot, you're going to have to solve a lot, you're going to have to like do a lot of calculations. Okay, so 0 minus 1, I already plugged in 0 instead of Y, so equals to 2 times 0.75, which is like 3/4. You know what? No, I don't want to convert into fractions, even though it's going to be a whole answer. Let's convert into a decimal, because the answers are like, I mean, all the other choices are a decimal. So it's going to be plus 0.25, which is a 1. So it's 0 minus 1 equals 2 times 1. So it's going to be negative 1 equals 2. Is that true? No, it's not true. Since it's not true, we're going to say that it's not the answer. We're just going to cross it out. And you're going to have to do the same with the number 2. So let's see. Four minus 1 equals to 2 times 1.25, which is X, right? Plus 0.25. 4 minus 1 gives us 3. 1.25 plus 0.25 is 1.5 times 2 will also be 3. That's the answer. Number 2 is the answer. 3 equals 3. Just calculation, guys. Just pure calculation. Nothing more, nothing less. Plug in for X and for Y. Find where the left side will equal to the right side and be happy. All right. Next one. Guys, with this type of question, right, I have such a good shortcut that I don't know if it's being taught like that or not, but it's just going to be so helpful if you will see something like this. Check this out, basically forever. In this conversion, right, I'm not even reading the question, just so you know. In this like conversion word problems, you are going to have to eliminate the answer that have the same values on the top, like in numerators or denominators. So what does that mean? Just like here, if you have seconds on top and again seconds on top, it's not going to be the answer, it's wrong. You are not allowed to have the same values, like seconds and seconds, minutes and minutes, meters and meters on the same level, either both on top or both on the bottom. Here we have both seconds on top. We'll eliminate it as the answer. Look at number 2. Number 2 has meters here and meters here. This is not the answer. Look at number 3. Number 3 also has meters here and meters here, and it means that it's not the answer, guys. And the answer is 4. That's it. And look how I know it's for sure will be the answer. So when we actually do it, when we actually like technically do it, we eliminate like meters on top, meters on the bottom, seconds on the bottom, seconds on the top, and then we have inches on the top and minutes on the bottom, right? These minutes on that were left here, and this inches that's left from there. And what's funny, it means that in the problem they were looking inches per minute. Am I right or not? Let's see. So she wants to know how fast this is in inches per minute. Guys, am I lying or what? Inches per minute, inches per minute. But I just did this question in 10 seconds by identifying like this idea, and that's it, and eliminated the wrong answers. Such an easy like trick. All right, cool. By the way, if anyone has any questions, you can always like direct message me into the chat, into Zoom chat. Moving on. So this is the question that I've been having a little bit of trouble last time. But you know what I didn't notice? Okay, so the table below shows the highest temperature recorded in August for several years in one town. The interquartile range of this data is. So interquartile data is the median of like the first two quarters, like of the I'll show you. The only thing is, I did not notice one thing, that these numbers were not listed in order. The temperature numbers, the years I understand, but the temperature was not listed in order. So you have to list it in order. Okay, so let's list temperature in order from the smallest to the greatest. So it's going to be so 77, then 78. Then guys, if you see me making a mistake, please like put it in the chat, okay? Then like 81, I think. Then 81, 84. Let me like eliminate them so I know Okay, then the next one will be probably 86. Then it's going to be 88. 93. 95. So basically, the interquartile range in a box and whiskers diagram is Q1, which is the beginning of the box, minus Q3. So where is the Q1 and where is the median is in the middle. So where is the median here? The median here is right in the middle. It's here. Is it when we split the data evenly? So Q1 should be the median in between these, like, and I think over here we have to add them and divide by 2. That's how we find the Q1. And the same thing that we're gonna have to do with the guys, hi. My internet just shut down completely and rebooted back. Okay, but the stream's still going. All right, so I don't know what happened. So, can someone write that you guys can hear me? Yes, or just write yes if someone if you can hear me well and everything. Can you put it in the chat, please? Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, it just crashed. I don't know. Okay. So, 78 plus 81, and then we're going to divide this thing by 2. We're gonna get 79.5. 79.5. And 88 plus 93 divided by 2 is 90.5. 90.5. So the interquartile range is that Q3 minus Q1. Let's see when we're gonna do 90.5 minus 79.5. 11. The answer is 3. We got it, guys. We got it. I don't know, the connection is a little weird today, but what can I do? Next thing up is going to be number 21. All right, number 21. The function f of x equals x squared. Okay, just a quadratic function. Is multiplied by k, where k is less than -1. Okay, less than -1, so like -2 or -3. Which graph could represent g of x equals to k times f of x? So basically, x squared multiplied by a negative number less than 1. So let's say like -2 or -3. What happens to the function, to a quadratic function, that's being multiplied by a number, by like a higher coefficient, but at the same time negative? When a function is being multiplied just regularly by a negative anything, it flips. So the original function x squared looks like this, and if you multiply it by a negative, it's going to flip down like that. So it means that the answer automatically is either 2 or 4. All right, we eliminate 1, we eliminate 3. Now, how the function is going to become? It's going to become wider, or is going to become thinner or narrower? The answer is the function is going to become more narrow or narrower. Why? Well, because the higher the coefficient, the higher the coefficient, the more narrow the function will become. And I'll show you so you can kind of like see it on Desmos. This is the regular function x squared. Let me show you what happens to it if I just multiply by bigger numbers, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see what's happening? The function, the bigger the number, the function becomes thinner. Now, what if I'm going to put a negative? You see what happens now? It flips down. And if I do this, this, or this, it goes down and becomes narrow. So that's why the answer was 4, where the function became narrow and facing down. All right. We're moving on, guys. We're moving on. Number 22. You know what? Before we start number 22, I'm getting like I need to check something if the stream has a normal video or not. So actually, it kind of does. Yes, it does. So it says, oh, it's. Oh, I see. It's lagging a little bit. It's lagging, but it's recording well. All right, that's okay, I guess. It's just my life is is like breaking a little bit, but since I don't have that many people who are watching it on YouTube, and only you guys are on Zoom, and Zoom is okay, so we just can move on. All right, number 22. Which graph is the solution to the inequality? Okay, classic question. It's like basically solving the linear equations that we all love so much. Step 1 to on the road to isolating x is to subtract 6.4. All right, this goes away, and negative 4x is dropping down, greater or equals to, and this is going to become, what is it? So negative, you can do it all in a calculator, like, I mean, the calculations, negative 9.2. And now we're going to divide both sides, and where's the tricky part? Like, not tricky, the memory, your memory is being checked right here, right now. If you remember to flip the sign, when you divide by a negative, the sign must flip the other way. This becomes positive, and the answer will be 2.3. Okay. So, since you flip the sign, first you have to remember from the question before that or equals to sign have a closed point. Just knowing straight up that should eliminate two answers. Answer 1 and 3 has empty or like unclosed circles. So it's not our answers. We have a different sign that has a closed circle. All right. Now x is less or equals to 2.3. Less. Where is less? Which direction is less? This direction is less. That's why the answer is 4, because the arrow is pointing to the left. This is it. This is it. This is an easy question. Especially if you have a calculator, you just basically need to know what to do, and that's all. All right, getting closer. The number 23. Let's go, guys. Number 23. The number of fish in a pond is 8 more than the number of the frogs. Okay. The total number of fish and frogs in the pond is at least 20. At least. If x represents the number of frogs, which inequality can be used to represent this situation? Okay. So, first of all, it's definitely going to be an addition because it's one and the other and put together, and the word is at least. At least means greater or equals to. That's what at least is. Greater or equals to. That's at least. If I have at least $20 in my pocket, that means that I have $20 or more, right? So that's why it's greater or equals to. Now, it says 8 more. So we're gonna represent if x is, so we can represent the frogs as x, and we're going to represent fish is x plus 8 because it says 8 more. That's fish. And together, how are they together? Together is when we add them. X plus x is 2x, and just 8 has to come along. So 2x plus 8, and it's going to be 2x plus 8 is at least, so it means a greater or equals to 20. And this is it. All right, we're moving on. Uh, next number is number 24. Which graph below represents a function that is always decreasing over the entire interval? Always decreasing between -3 and 3. All right, let's find when it's decreasing over -3 and 3. So -3 is here, 3 is here. Is it decreasing? This graph decreasing? No, it's increasing. We'll look from left to right. So no. The next one is -3 and 3, and it's increasing again. So no. -3 and 3. It goes up and then goes down, not decreasing quite constantly. So number 4 should be the answer. -3 and 3, and look at it. It's decreasing. It's going down. From left to right is going down. All right. Easy question, to be honest. It's just boundaries, basically. Boundaries. -3, 3. Guys, this is it. It was multiple choice. And right away we're going into the short response part. And we're going to, so short response part consists of 2-point questions. Then it's going to be 2 4-point questions, or 3 even. And then it's going to be 1 6-point question, one big question that worth 6 points that we also have to do, obviously. Okay, so let's just go at it. It actually, guys, it doesn't even seem that hard. So let's see. State the interval when Sally is traveling at the constant speed. Obviously, there's the graph, so Sally drives. So constant speed means what? You see that it says speed over here? And it means that it doesn't go up or down, it's constant. So anything constant is like something that doesn't change. So it's in between this, like this interval is the constant speed. So let's go down and look where it is. It's in between 5 and 9. So state the interval, the constant speed. You can write interval or interval of constant speed. Constant speed is 5 to 9 minutes. And explain your reasoning on the graph. We have a vertical line that indicates no change in speed. That's how I would write it. By the way, guys, you know what? That's what I've been doing with my students when I've been preparing them for the algebra on regions, is going over good answers and also bad answers. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, I don't know, sometimes it's even a little bit fun. So let's do it. Let's see. Let's open, it's called model response set. So let's open it and let's see what, so that was, so I'm gonna go just back and forth between those tabs, okay? So this is a full score 2-point answer. And let me read. So 5 to 9 minutes. That we got that. And at 5 to 9 minutes, Sally is showing at a constant speed because the rate of change is 0 and the speed is not increasing nor decreasing. Okay. Let's see what is it. Okay, another score 2. Look at this. This person just wrote 5,9 and then it says she stays at 35 miles per hour. Wow. I don't know. This type of answer is walking on the sword's edge, to be honest. It could have easily been just 1 point. All right, this is score 2. 4 to 9. Okay, so this person just made a mistake and wrote 4 instead of 5 to 9. So that's why it's score 1. 5 to 7, she take interval at 5 to 7. Okay, so this doesn't mean anything. So 5 to 7, you see, even if you get, so basically they do give you partial credit. I have to say it because this is going to be a first region. You guys have to know that. All right, what is that? This is 0 points. 5 to 35. The graph shows straight line. I don't know. No. What is this? No answer. Cell is showing at the constant something using the interval 10. Yeah, that's. He tried. You know, that's what we say. He tried. Okay. All right. Graphing. Guys. Graphing. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be graphing. How do we graph? There are multiple ways to do it. One way, put this function into the calculator, get the points, put the points here. Okay, another one is make a t-table, right? Put x, put y, and start plugging in all of the numbers. Like, let's say, starting with, let's say, with -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. But since the parabola is like symmetrical, you will see that you don't have to do everything. But this is another way. By plugging in one by one, x equals to, like, let's say, -3, and then calculating what y will be. 0, 1, 2. But you know what? Since you're my students and I kind of want you to know how this works, and this is just a quadratic. So let me show you how to get 2 easy points in terms of like 2 easy graphing points. First of all, look at the last number 3. This is y-intercept. So that means that the graph will go through 3. So it means that 0, right? It's going to be a 0, 3 point. So this is going to be 3 right away. Now we need to find vertex of the parabola. Vertex is like this point of the parabola. How? By doing -b over 2a. What is b? What is a? What is everything? So a is 1, b is 4, c is 3. So it's going to be -4 over 2 times 1, which is -4 over 2, which is -2. This is going to be 1 point. This would be like 1 part of the vertex. And then you're going to have to plug in -2 back into this equation. How? This is how. Oh, by the way, look at this. State the equation of the axis of symmetry. This is what we just found, just so you know. This is how you find the axis of symmetry. So we do have to go this way, I guess. The equation for the axis of symmetry will be x equals to -2. This is the answer. Now, back to graphing. Now we have to plug in -2 back into the function, back into this, and we'll find how to find the second point of the vertex. So it's going to be -2 squared minus 4 times -2 plus 3. 4, this turns into a 4, 4 plus 8 plus 3. It's going to be, ooh, 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 ooh. Interesting. Guys, look at that. We're going to have 15 here. Okay, this is fun. So we're going to have to do not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're probably gonna have to do, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, etc. All right. Now, oh, it's going to be -8 plus 3, which is -4 plus 3, which is -1. Well, look at this, guys. Believe me, I could have done this perfectly if I would pre-solve everything and I would know like what's where and where is the vertex and so on. But I don't do it on purpose. I want you to see how someone is solving these questions like live, basically in the real time, you know. And people make like little mistakes here and there, and that's normal. So I think your job is to learn from that. It's like be a little bit critical of yourself. When something doesn't add up, go back, look, like I just did. Like, you know, my answer is a little weird, right? Doesn't make sense. Like, why would it be 15, but the graph is here so small? Maybe I made a mistake. You go back and you realize, oh, my miswrote a minus to a plus. You go back, you fix it, and you get a full credit. So, yeah, I personally, that's how I've been doing this for 11 years. Never pre-solving questions. Very, very, very rarely. Because I don't know. For me, it's a little challenge is actually fun. For the streaming, probably I should have pre-solved that, you know. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes later on. Okay, so we go back. So we got -1, and this is going to be our second point of the vertex. So our vertex is going to be at -2, -1. This comes here, and this was our first point. -2, -1. This is the vertex. And what's interesting is that since the parabola is symmetrical and this is the axis of symmetry, right? Then we are going to have the same point like this one, but on the other side, like of the vertex of the like axis of symmetry. So like one. So we can basically just go two squares from the line of symmetry to the left and put a point like that. And I don't know if this is, to be honest, I don't know if this is enough or not, right? This is going to be -4, 3. I don't know if it's going to be enough or not. -2, -1, right? But can we actually do this and say, hey, this is my parabola, this is 3 points, I think this is enough? Maybe, maybe not. I would still try to maybe plug in at least those, guys, at least plug in the ones that we still have. Like, let's say we can still plug in this, which is -1, and still plug in this one, which is -3. And I think that would be enough. This would be like an iron, like iron strong. to plug in 2 more points like -1. So I think I'm gonna do it. Lower here, I'm gonna plug in -1 into our function. Okay, so it's going to be -1 squared plus 4 times -1 plus 3 is going to be 1 minus 4 plus 3, -3 plus 3, which is 0. And you go back and you say, hey, this is -1, 0. And I'm going to have another point just like that on the other side of the axis of symmetry. And this is for sure enough, for sure. Let's connect it more or less well. And this is it. This is full credit. Let's go over the correct answers and full credit answers. How it's been done. All right, so, oh. All right, what does this person do? Look at mine and look at this one, and it's a full credit. Okay, so this person did what I told you as a first way of doing it, is doing it on a graphing calculator. This person put it in a graphing calculator, got these points, put it in, and the only thing is that probably this person also remembered that this is an axis of symmetry, like that's cutting the parabola in two. It goes through -2, and that's why it's x equals to -2 as the equation of axis of symmetry. That's how it will always be. It's going to be x equals to, and the number, this line is like going through. Full credit, guys. Look at this. Very good. This is also full credit. -b over 2a. That's what I showed you already. Got -2, and these points probably also from the calculator. All right. 1 point. So you see, this student just said -2, but did not say x equals -2, and that's why 1 point has been taken away. The student did not state the axis of symmetry as an equation. You see this? As an equation you have to do it. And this is already the equation. All right, what is this? This is 1. Look at this graph. Interesting. The student graphed the function correctly, but so bad. Also kind of found the axis of symmetry, but did not put x equals, put y equals. That's why it's wrong. That's why they deducted 1 point, because it says y equals, not x equals. You see this? But this person did the t-table, similar to what I did. 0. Wow, look at this. Guys, well, this is a little harsh. This is a correct axis of symmetry. This is a correct looking graph, except what? Except you're probably supposed to put arrows. It doesn't really stop there. You're supposed to put arrows. And axis of symmetry is not, it is at -2, but it's like x equals -2. So giving this person not even 1 point is actually tough. The student made a graphing error, but not extending the function. This was just exactly what I said. And the student did not express the axis of symmetry as an equation. Damn. Do you see this? It's probably painful for this person, because this person kind of knew how it looked and where the axis of symmetry, but got 0 for this. That's tough. This graphing kind of more or less looks fine. I don't. The student made a graphing error and did not state the equation of the x. Oh, where's the graphing error though? Good. Wow. Wow. But I think these points are wrong. It's not gonna be 5. It's gonna be 8. Maybe because of that. Yeah, it's not 1/8. 1/8? Yeah, it is 1/8. I mean, it is 1/8, but this person decided to put one like here at 5, which is not 8. Stupido. Okay. Guys, I'm not going to go over the next question since we don't have that much time left. I'm gonna leave it for the next part, for the next online class. We did questions from 16 to 26, a good amount of questions. Just like the last time I made a mistake with the sequence question. Today I made a mistake with just a little plus. I don't know. It's probably like a theme of my classes now to make a single, like a one mistake, and then go back and look for it and find it and fix it. So, guys, we're going to continue all together. We're going to discuss it over the class on Saturday, Sunday, and I will see you all when I see you all. Okay? So everyone have a good night.